this, 2 Pascal. See, this is the string what you're passing. Okay, this is the string what you're passing, and finally you just require the string to be converted like this. Am I right? um, okay, guys. Um, yeah, this is the final outcome of the string. So now, what is the problem here? The problem here is we need to see there are a combination of mixed characters here. There are a combination of mixed characters here, uppercase, lowercase, mixed characters are there. So I need to identify all the first characters and convert into uppercase and the next characters into lowercase. Okay, so it's a mixed combination basically. So it's the combination of uppercase and the low. So first character should be converted to uppercase and the next characters into lowercase. That's a big headache, guys. That's a big headache here. Converting some into uppercase, some into lowercase, it's a big headache. To overcome this particular problem, first you got an idea. What is the idea? First, let us convert the whole string into lowercase. First, I'll convert the whole string into lowercase. Okay, convert the whole string into lowercase. If you convert the whole string into lowercase, if you convert the whole string into lowercase, guys, then what to do? Just to pick the first characters and convert into uppercase. That will be over. Understood? Half work is completed now. Half work is completed. Why? Array, when you convert the whole string, now one thing is pending. How many words are there? If you can pick them, every word, first character, if I convert into uppercase, the job is done. Are you clear? Yeah, if you can find out the number of words here, pick each word and convert the okay. So how to find out the number of words here? Basically, string class contains a method called as split. String class contains a method called as split. You can split a string based on a separator. See, what is the separator here for us? Space is the separator. So we can use that split method and we can break the string into a string array like this. We can use the split method and we can break the string into a string array like this. See, it can be broke like this. We can break it like this. After breaking, the first character in every word should be converted into uppercase. Did you understand? First, convert the complete string into lowercase, guys. After converting the complete string into lowercase, break the string into individual words. How to convert into lowercase? By calling the two lower method. How to break into different words? By calling the split. You can call the split method and you can just break it into different words like this. Next thing, every word first character should be converted into uppercase. So basically, I cannot convert a particular character in a string into uppercase, guys. I cannot convert a particular character in a string means I cannot manipulate a particular character in a word. I cannot calculate a particular character in a word. Okay. I cannot manipulate a particular character in a word. I cannot do that. So because I cannot do that, first I'm going to convert each word into a character array. I'm going to convert each word into a character array. How? There is a method called as to-char array. There is a method called as to-char array. The to-char array method will help you in converting the string into a character array. So every word, we are going to break it into a character array. After breaking every word into a character array, the next part, what you can do is, you can pick a character, you can pick the first character and convert into uppercase. So what you'll do, you'll pick a character and convert into uppercase. How to do? I'll show you. Just a minute first. How did I do? That's what I'm explaining. How to do? I'll tell you. So first I'm telling you what to do. What is the next step? In the next step, convert them into string again. After converting them into string, concatenate all the values and you'll be getting this. Guys, come on, tell me, what is the first step? Convert into lowercase. Convert to lowercase. Okay, now? Come on, watch, guys. Come on, watch, guys. What I'm doing, watch. Here, I'm going to the first thing, I'm going to convert the complete string into lowercase. I'm going to convert the complete string into lowercase first. Did you notice it? I converted the complete string into lowercase. Okay, now. I call the to-lower method and converted into lowercase. Second step. What is the second step? Split them into string array. Split them into string array. Split them into string array. How to split? Watch, guys. There is a split method, separator is space, and the return type is string array. Now you got the string array now. Understood, all of you? Okay. Next. Next. I declared a new string variable. Trim will eliminate spaces. Trim will eliminate the spaces in the first, front, and last. I'll tell you what is this condition. I'll tell you. First, concentrate on this. Tool over. And then we got the split method. Okay. Now I declared a new string variable. Declared a string variable. Okay now? Now, I'm using a for each loop and picking one by one string from the array. I used a for each loop and picking one by one string from the array. Okay. So first time what will come? Come on here fast. First time what will come? This is the string array. I'm picking one by one string. First time hello will come. First time hello will come. Now see what did I call? What did I call? To char array. This hello is now converted into character array. After converting this into character array, see the next line, guys. See the next line. Can you understand? Can you understand the next line? Tell me what is that? Describe. Converting the first character into uppercase. Okay, na? Okay. Now, in the next step, I require to convert it back into. In the next step, the character array should be converted back into string, right? Watch it. What did I do? If new str is equals to null, if new str is equals to null, new str is null only. See, we declared new str is null. If a new str is equals to null, yeah, it is null. If it is null, I am creating the instance of the string class by passing the character array. I am creating the instance of the string class by passing the character array. All of you observe it. There is a string class constructor which takes a character array as a parameter. Watch it, guys. There is a string class constructor which takes a character array as a parameter. Are you clear? Okay, now? So converted into string now. Converted into string. Hello is ready. Now, the loop runs now. How comes? Okay. Now what will come? How will come. How is broken into character array. How is broken into character array. Yeah. After broken into character array, converted the first character to uppercase. Converted the first character into uppercase. Now this should be converted to string and concatenated to hello. Am I right? Now this should be converted to string and concatenated to hello. Guys, watch it. What did I do here? See? Well, concatenating a space also should come here. See now, I'm converting this into string. You know this now? Creating an instance. String instance. I'm concatenating to new str. And here I added a space. Now, once the loop runs like this, every word will come now. And this is what it forms now. Am I clear? Okay, now? Finally, return new str. Return new str. Place a breakpoint, guys. Place a breakpoint to understand. Come on, start. Where is the string to pass it directly, Srikanth? Where is the string directly to pass without calling new str? Where is the string? That is not a string, this is a character array. Where is the string to directly pass? There is no string now. If there is a string only, you can do that. So I'm converting this into string. This is a character array. This is not a string. Understood? Okay, guys, watch. This is your old str. Put your mouse there. Can we convert array to string? Yeah, I can convert array to string. That's what I done here. That's what I done here. I converted array to string. Okay, follow. See, this is our old str. So mixed characters here. Now, the to lower method is converting the string into complete lowercase. Watch it. The string converted into lowercase. Now the split method will split you and see the string array. See the string array. Okay. I declared a new string variable on the top. Now I'm using the for each loop and picking one by one word. First time, str is hello. The to char array method got broken this into character array. Watch. After breaking that into character array, the first character converted into uppercase. Watch. Okay, now I'm making it as a string. I'm making it as a string. I'm converting this into string. Watch it. Hello. Second time, str is how. Okay. See now, it broken into character array. How. Now the first character converted into uppercase. See there. Now is str null? No, str is not null. So I come to else part now. Str is hello. Character array is how. I'm converting this into string and I'm concatenating. See there. Hello, how. The loop runs for the third time and now it is R. The loop runs for the fourth time and now it is U. Okay, now it is checking any more values? No. Return new str. See that new str is hello, how are you? Debug here, that's what I'm telling you. Debug the code, you understood what I'm written. If you don't understand the code, that's the only thing. You need to debug your code. Okay? Now, yeah, why did I write this condition here? Why did I write this particular condition here? On the top, I've written one if condition. I did not tell that about it. I'm commenting that if condition here. I'm commenting that if condition here. I commented the if condition. Why did I write the if condition? Is tomorrow there is a chance. What chance? You can give a string like this. You can give a string like this. This is string only now and run the code. Error will come now. Error. Why? How do you convert the empty string into lowercase again? Got an error? Not only that. Not only that. So give spaces here. I'm giving spaces. Now also error will come. To avoid these problems, I have put a condition on the top. What is the condition, guys? Watch. What is the condition? If the length is greater than 0, only execute this code. So why did I write trim here? I'll tell you why did I write trim. I did not write trim, guys. If the length is greater than 0, execute the code. Now tell me, is the length greater than 0? No. So the length is not greater than 0. So directly it won't come inside C. I'll put a breakpoint here. Okay, run. See now, length, see the length is 0. The length is not greater than 0. Because the length is not greater than 0, it returned what? Empty string is returned back. No error. Empty string is returned back. No error. Are you clear? But see guys, I'll give space here. Now tell me, is the length greater than 0 or not? Tell me, length greater than 0 or not? The length is greater than 0. Okay, because the length is greater than 0, again, again, it will enter inside. See that, error will come. Enter inside, error. Are you guys clear? To resolve that particular problem, I'm telling dot trim. What will trim do? It will remove the spaces. After removing the spaces, it will check the length. After removing the spaces, it will check the length. And if it is greater than 0, then only executes the code. Watch now. See now. Greater than 0. No, it is not greater than 0. See. And now see, put your mouse here. With the old str, trim will remove and length will find the length of it. Directly jump to old str. See, two ways here. One, put a breakpoint and debug the code. Put a breakpoint and debug the code. Second, if you have any doubts on it, I posted a video on it and you can watch the video. Videos are posted for that only, guys. Videos are posted for that only. First time, directly if you watch the video, it will be confusion. But I explained the concept to you right now. I said you did debug and now you watch the video if you have any doubts on it. Am I clear? Make a habit of debugging, guys. Make a habit of debugging, all of you. You people are not debugging. You get a problem, you will just post, sir, I'm getting this particular problem. You're posting up that. No one is debugging the code. Why are you getting error? If you debug, you'll understand your mistake. But still, there's a great sign. What they say is, someone posting an error, immediately someone is responding and telling the mistakes. Identifying the mistakes correctly is the best way you can learn a subject, guys. If you are good in identifying the mistakes, you can easily understand the subject. Basically, we learned like that only. We used to sit in the lab. We used to sit in the lab nearly for 4 to 5 hours. We never used to do any programming. I and one of my friend, he was right now in Dubai. I and one of my friend used to sit in the lab, continuously sitting in the lab. We never used to write any programs at all. We never used to write any program. What is our job, you know? If anyone is facing any error, sit there, resolve the error. That is only our job. Means we used to work like lab coordinators, free lab coordinators. We used to work like free lab coordinators there. So 5-6 hours. Generally, they don't give that much time to sit. 2 hours maximum. You are allowed into the lab, because today all of you have personal computers. Then we don't have personal computers, guys. So labs are very busy. More than 2 hours we are not allowed, but we are allowed to sit in the lab. The reason is because we are doing the job of a lab coordinator. They never used to say anything. 5 to 6 hours we used to spend off in the lab only. 2 reasons for spending that. 2 reasons we spent that. One reason is very hot. It is summer when we learned, and the lab has a AC. That is one reason we spend there. Most of the time we used to spend in the lab. So second reason, to resolve the problems. That is how we improvised our subject skills. Debugging. We used to debug. That's that. Debug. If you debug, you will fix any problem. You can identify any problem and fix it. That's it, guys. Five to six classes I take a day. You should remember these 2 points. You should not ask the age of a girl, and you should not ask the income of a man. Okay, fine. No, we cannot add abstract methods. Kali Prasad, we cannot add abstract methods. Only non-abstract only. See, I earn very good. I earn very good. I worked in the software industry 3 years here. I worked in the software industry 3 years. But basically, why I teaching is my passion. Teaching is my passion. Um, and apart from that, once upon a time, .NET means if you see 2000 up to 2014, the crowd, what used to be in my classroom is in 2010 and 2011, the crowd in my classroom is 1,000 to 1,200. 1,000 to 1,200 people in a classroom. In one, it's just like a big auditorium in Amirpet. It's a big with two projectors in the classroom. In the middle, I used to stand and teach. Two projectors that side, this side. You used to have two projectors, and in the middle stage where I used to teach. So if you come, if one class completes and if another class has to start, the total traffic in Amirpet used to block. 1,000 people should go out and 1,000 people should come in. So the complete traffic in Amirpet is blocked near Satyam Theatre. That is used to be situation. So at that time I was earning a lot. I earned a lot at that time. You will not get that salary in development at that time. So I continued like that. I continued like this. But today, so many people think .NET doesn't have a market. No, that is wrong. That is wrong. .NET has a good market, guys. Excellent market. Then why many people have this particular question? Why people are less in .NET? Actually, today people who come for joining computer courses, most of you guys are from engineering only, na? Most of you guys are from engineering. You come from engineering. When you come from engineering, you have C language in engineering. Yeah, BTech, engineering and BTech. You have C language in engineering. Okay? From MCA. Now, in any of these particular cases, in any of this, C# is not present as an academic language, guys. In all this, Java is present as an academic language. Python was present as an academic language. C# is not present as academic language. So most of the people are not aware of .NET. Most of the people are not aware of .NET. That is the main reason, that's all. Earlier, MCS used to be there. When MCS are there, people used to come from projects. And doing learning .NET and doing a project within 6 months is possible only in .NET here. Learning and doing a project is possible only in .NET. Within 6 months, you cannot learn Java and complete a project. At that time, contents are less, guys. At that time, contents are less. Today, contents have been increased. Oh, you have ASP.NET in MCA. Which state, Ritesh? Which states? Maharashtra. Yeah, Maharashtra. We get people from there. But mainly we are focused mainly in South Indian states here, AP Telangana. In AP Telangana, we don't have. Yeah, very less, guys, very less. Comparatively, the number of engineerings coming out every year, and the number of BCS in the year, it is very less. Comparatively, it is very great difference, na? Okay, mainly that's one reason why. But opportunities are very good, guys. Opportunities are very good. I'll tell you, see, 5 years back, exactly 5 years back, I remember, yeah, my cousin sister's son, he completed MCA. After completing MCA, he used to work as a faculty in the college. He used to get immediate pass out. Immediate pass out, he was taken. Not a permanent, just a temporary faculty only taken. They used to not pay much salary also. Even though they don't pay much salary, they used to make him work a lot, preparing that one, this one, this one, lot of work they used to. I scolded him and asked him to come to Hyderabad, and he learned .NET. He learned .NET. Exactly 5 years back this happened, guys. He learned .NET. And after learning .NET, a company has approached us. A company has approached us and just requested us. We are a startup. We are expecting good projects. We have our people are in US. We are expecting good projects. So we are not able to pay the salaries. So 3 months, can you just send us people who can work free? 3 months, if you can send us people who can work free, from 3 months onwards, we'll pay the salary. So 10 people, I just brainwashed and said, Array, see, 3 months you will be learning a lot. Don't work for salary, just 3 months. You can learn a lot in the real-time environment and you will get a good exposure. And I sent 10 people. Most of them, because they don't pay, they're not paying the salaries, are very irregular, not going to the office regularly, bunking up, looking for other jobs. Like this, they have just... But my nephew, because I sent him now, because he was afraid if I just do anything, I'll scold him. And he did not do that. Guys. Finally, he was only left out. He was only left out in the company. Okay. The company was doing very good today. Just 1 week back, he called me and said his salary was 12 lakhs now. 12 lakhs per annum. See, guys, from zero, within 5 years, it went up to 12 lakhs. From the starting of the company was present there. Yeah, with 5 years experience, 12 lakhs is very high. With 5 years experience, 12 lakhs package is very high. Yeah, 1 lakh per month. Just a minute. Yeah, guys. See, it's a very huge salary. See, one thing I'll tell you. In the starting of your career, don't look for salary. In the starting of your career, don't look for salary. You just require to get the exposure first. Exposure is very, very important. Work for the exposure. That's what I suggest many of the people. Okay. So, so many people, sir, they're asking 2 years bond. They'll ask you, 2 years is not a big deal, guys. 2 years bond is big deal. 1 year will be over for learning what is present there only. Within 2 years, they ask certificate. See, guys, I'll tell you how you people expect is they ask for certificate. Yeah, they'll ask you, guys. You are a fresher. Startups. See, you're a fresher. You're going into the company. You don't know anything. They should train you now. Venkat, tell me, they should train you now. 1 year, you are not productive at all first. 1 year, you are not productive at all. Okay, 1 year, you are not productive at all. You are not productive at all. You just will be learning only. Okay, maybe 1 year the company has invested you on all the money, paying you salaries, teaching you. After 1 year, you say, I got another job, and you leave it. Why the company has to do that for you? Why the company has to do that for you? If you don't work at least for 2 years or 3 years in the company, why the company should do that for you, yeah? Everyone will say, they will asking certificate, they'll ask here, they'll ask. It's a give and take policy. And you learn a lot, the company pays you salary, you learn a lot, they're giving you money and teaching, and you don't say, I won't work, I will just go to another company. Again, they should recruit the people, again training like that. How will they survive? So they will ask you to give you certificates. Okay, bonds, certificates, all they're mandatory. See, first I'll tell you guys, as a fresher, 2-3 years, you will be a learner only. You will be a learner only. You'll be a learner only. Yeah, 2-3 years will be learner only. So I suggest, if there is no bond also, what I recommend, 2-3 years, don't leave the company first. Front-end job, should I go, or first should I complete course and looking for .NET? Front-end job means, what is that job, guy, Ritesh? Front-end job means, your BCA, na? Your BCA. Web development. You're doing MCA. Then when you're doing MCA, why you want to go for that? I think they won't give you, you will not have much exposure in code writing, guys. You will not have much exposure in code writing. You'll be a designer. You'll be a designer only. You don't have much exposure in code writing, as my analyst. See, companies, guys, Deepali, software developer, software analyst. There are no standards like this. Like in a police department, you see, he's a sub-inspector, he is a CI, these are fixed. Okay? But in software company, I can give my own designations. What the designation will do means the company only can say. We can't say that. They can give their own designation here. Some companies call software developer, some companies call software engineer. Basically, what is the role of the job for a software analyst? I cannot tell. You should ask them only. Yeah, in some companies they'll call associates. So these roles we cannot rely upon. So we cannot see software analyst means we'll do that then. That only I'm telling you. Yeah. People talk less on .NET because there are less people in .NET. Everyone talking about Python, AI, data science. What their assumption is, this will be the future. What everyone assumption is, this is going to be the future. Okay? But yes, yeah, this is going to be future. AI, data science, and all these are going to be future. These are going to be future. I agree with that. But learning them is not very easy, guys. Learning them is not very easy. Learning this AI, data science is not very easy. For a fresher, it is rocket science, guys. Yeah. Python, most of the people, Python, guys, Python we don't use in all the areas. Python is used in data science, machine learning, IoT. Only in a few sectors only. Now, in development side, Python usage is very less. Building applications with Python, building up websites with Python is very less here. If at all you want to build applications, enterprise class application, Java and .NET only. Python is mainly used in data science, artificial intelligence, data science, in these particular areas. Robotics, in the basic level, robotics, they will be using C#. In advanced robotics, they'll be using Python. Yeah, in basic robotics, C# is used. In advanced robotics, yeah, guys, you require to know maths, not only maths here, this geometry, algorithm, trigonometry, oh, lot. Data science is not easy. A company will teach us means not thinking like sitting in a classroom and teaching. They will give you an exposure on the project, guys. They'll give you an exposure on the project. You are not productive. They will give you time to learn. Teaching means not like sitting in the classroom and learning. Means you're not productive. You'll be sitting on a project. Someone has to tell you what is that. Freshers are not productive till 1 year, guys. Freshers are not productive till 1 year. After 1 year only, we can expect anything from them. 1 year is just like for learning from them, for them only. You see a project, how the project will be there, how the structure is organized, all these things you'll be learning there. Okay. Guys, someone asked the question, what should I tell? If they ask me, tell me something about introduce yourself or some. Okay. Guys, we have so many videos what we posted in the YouTube channel about attending for interviews, how to respond for interviews, how to prepare a resume. You can go through the videos. Yeah. In our YouTube channel, we have those videos also. Okay. All these videos are there. Resume preparation, attending for answering in interviews, how to answer, improvising your communication skills. We have a number of videos on this, guys. You can just go to the videos. ASP batch 8 onwards, sir. Is it announced or are you asking? There are so many companies. We are only offering for .NET. See, you should have perfect subject. Without experience, why everywhere you will get. So many companies are ready to take freshers. Not a big deal. Venkat, I don't know, guys. I asked them to start from Monday. From Monday, I think they announced it or not. I don't know. Let me check first. I only don't know. No, guys, still it was not in the list. Without learning ASP.NET, you cannot get, because basically C# is only a language for building applications. To build applications, you require to learn ASP.NET. Without learning ASP.NET, you cannot go. Pure C# jobs are very less. You can build any kind of application. You can build desktop applications, you can build web applications, you can build mobile applications, you can build any kind of application. There is nothing like you can build only these kind of application. Try Srikanth, I don't know. I never heard about projects on Udemy. I don't know. Mobile apps also. How to make a project? We'll learn here, not here. Web, we'll go to web MVC. Okay, if you have free access, try and tell me your feedback. No one has said me till now. If you have free access, what happens? However it is present, if you go and watch it, how it will be, you can just understand. So that you can give a feedback so that I can tell to other people. In MVC, guys, in MVC, I'll show you. Like I will prepare you just like one project. I will teach you concept by concept, prepare you just like a project. Afterward, hosting on a live server. After that, hosting that on a live server, all these things you will come to know in MVC. Okay. So C# is a basic fundamental language, guys, for learning deployment also. Deployment directly live server. Live server. A live server, Azure server. In Azure server, deploy it. When I deploy it here, immediately you can access on your computers also. I think there are no free certifications from Microsoft here. There are no free certifications from Microsoft. As to my knowledge, they don't have free certifications on Microsoft. Only you require to. You heard in YouTube channel. Oh, maybe I am. Can you forward me the details? Can you just that YouTube channel where you are just? Can you forward me that? Because maybe I am outdated now. Okay, I am okay. Okay, guys. Let's stop this. Put it aside. Now come back. No, ASP.NET is not for 1 month. ASP.NET is 2 months, sir. 2 months, Aishwarya, ASP.NET. Okay. Guys, I want to tell you one thing. I'll post it in your group. Who want to attend for ASP.NET? Who want to attend for ASP.NET? First, you require to have knowledge on HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, guys. Who want to attend for ASP.NET? Who are just all of you? Most of you require to attend for ASP.NET. No? You require knowledge on HTML, JavaScript, and HTML, JavaScript, and CSS, guys. So I'll do one thing because I'll do one thing. I will post you my previous batch videos. My previous batch videos are there. I'll post you in the WhatsApp group. I'll post you in the WhatsApp group. And I will also give you the notes of it. I'll give you the notes of it also. Okay, the HTML notes also I'll give you. Meanwhile, you people start watching those videos, guys. Every day one video you watch. HTML is very easy, yeah? Very, very easy, simple. Very simply you can learn of. Nearly 12 videos are there. 12 videos are there. I will post, I will give you the notes also. Meanwhile, you start watching those videos, guys. Okay, na? Are you clear? I'll post the videos in the WhatsApp group, our classroom WhatsApp group. You start watching up those particular videos. So let me post you. Array, HTML and all, you don't require that much time first. One day you can watch 3-4 videos. That simple HTML is. I posted up those videos, guys. I posted up those particular videos. And even though we start a new batch, the first 3-4 days, like introductions only will go. Okay. Are you not in the WhatsApp group? Why, guys? Okay, I'll just. Guys, start those videos from today only. Okay. Don't put pending. Start those videos from today. Why you people are not there? Click on this, guys. Guys, click on that and get added. Who are not in the group, click on that and get added. Okay, guys. Raju, to start with ASP.NET. To start with ASP.NET. If you want to learn ASP.NET, start those videos because those videos are about HTML, JavaScript. Mostly next week. Next week we'll start with ASP.NET. Okay, guys. Now this is about extension methods and all the things. Okay, we just been learned about it. I said I already posted a video also on this. You can just go through if you have any doubts on it. Now today, let's learn about this. What? If you observe, shall I send the HTML notes also in WhatsApp, guys? Yeah, I'll send it in WhatsApp. You can download it. Just a minute. I posted in 11 o'clock batch, guys. Srikanth, you're from 11 o'clock batch, na? I posted in 11 o'clock batch. Yeah. Where is it? I'm just thinking. Thank you, Srikanth, for reminding me I posted there. ASP.NET, more HTML notes. Guys, I posted that also in the WhatsApp group. HTML, CSS, GS. At ASP.NET notes, when ASP.NET starts, I'll give you. Why you're worried? First prepare HTML, JavaScript. When you start ASP.NET, then I'll give you ASP.NET notes. Okay. Guys, come on, guys, let us come back to our subject. Right now, see, right now we have, if you just observe, we have a project. We have a project. In this project till now, we added so many files. So many items. How many number? Let us count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36. So the project right now, the current project contains how many? 36 items in it. 36 items. Items are nothing but files. And these 36 contains only 36 types in it. No, there are more than 36 also, because sometimes we written one type in a file, in one file we written multiple types also. Array, in that example, which example? The test figures example. In the test figures example, 6 classes are defined in one single file. So let's count that also, guys. Let us count that also. 1, 2, 3. If you expand the file, it will show you the number of items, okay? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, okay? 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. 35, 36, 37, 38, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44. So totally how many types are there? 44 types. In these 44 types, guys, remember, 38 classes are there, 4 interfaces are there, and 2 structures are there. Did you understand? 38 classes are there, 4 interfaces are there, 2 structures are there. These are the things what we have developed Since we started with object-oriented programming, from the day we started with object-oriented programming, this is all the content or all the code we have implemented. Okay, this is all the content or all the code we have just implemented basically. Now, if you look at this, if you just look at this now, guys, listen. What I'm just telling you is, so this is one project what we have, and we are just going to store the content in it. Okay. Now, tomorrow in the real-time environment, guys, when you're building projects in the real-time environment, when you're building projects, remember this point. What is this? An application can have more than one project also present in it. An application can have more than one project also present in it. More than one project? Yes. An application can have more than one project also present in it. More than one. How many? There is no limitation for the number. There is no limitation for the number. More than one project also can be present for you within an application. Are you clear, guys, what I'm telling you? Tomorrow you start in the real time. An application can have more than one project also present in it. Why multiple projects? See, applications tomorrow will be very vast, guys. Very vast applications. The total application cannot be developed by a single developer. A single developer cannot develop the whole application. A single developer cannot develop the whole application. Okay. And so because a single developer cannot develop the whole application, there will be like multiple people writing the code. There will be like multiple people writing the code. So for a better clarity, who is writing what, who is doing what, should have a control now. So for that reason, what will they do? You know, first they will try to divide an application into different modules, guys. They will try to divide the application into different modules. Different modules. Modules means a module is nothing but a block of code, a block. And afterwards, each module is given for a separate team for development. See, you take a car manufacturing industry. In a car manufacturing industry, in one workshop, engines are manufactured. In one workshop, the body is manufactured. In one workshop, the tires are manufactured. In another workshop, the wheels are manufactured. Like this, the manufacturing will be done separately. Finally, everything will be integrated. Tomorrow, in the development also the same thing only. They will divide an application into different modules, and each module will be given for one separate team to develop. For example, you're developing an application for a healthcare industry. You're developing an application to healthcare industry. When you're developing an application to a healthcare industry, the project manager, what he has done is, he has broke this particular project into different modules like this here. What? Patients module, doctors module, staff module, medicines module, labs module. How many? Patients, doctors, staff, medicines, lab. Okay. Next, billing module, insurance module, marketing module, administration module. Okay. Like this, he has divided something into some 10 different modules here. He divided the application into 10 different modules. After dividing an application into 10 different modules, then what he has done is, each module was given to one team for development. Each module is given for one team to develop. One module is given to one team now. So every team has a team leader, and he was given one group of people, and a module was given to them, and then each team will be developing one single module now. Now, guys, in this particular process, what is going to happen, in this particular process, what is going to happen is when each team is going to develop one separate module here, when each team is going to develop one separate module here, um, every team will have a separate project now. So 10 teams will have 10 separate projects now. So everyone will develop one separate project, and finally, all the projects are integrated together into one single unit. Did you understand? Okay. Um, so like this, separate modules will be there, and every team will be developing up one separate module to you, and every module will be a project. Finally, all these things are combined together. Are you guys clear? Okay. So that's where an application can have multiple projects present in it. And remember, guys, the collection of all these projects, the collection of all these particular projects is called as a solution. The collection of all these particular projects together is called as a solution. So basically, we'll be having a solution, and under the solution, we'll be having projects. Basically, we'll be having a solution, and under the solution, we'll be having projects. Okay, so solutions will be present, and under the solution, projects will be present. So basically, you can have you'll be having a solution, and inside of the solution, you'll be having different projects coming. So what is a solution means? A solution is a collection of projects. What is a project means? Project is a collection of items. Solution is a collection of projects, and project is a collection of items. Understood? Whenever you create a first project, by default, guys, whenever you create the first project, by default, one solution also will be created. Whenever you create the first project, by default, one solution also will be created. Okay, if you watch this here. If you watch this, you can just understand this one here. What is this? We are just going to have a solution here. And under this particular solution, we have a project. We are going to have a solution here, and under the solution, we have a project. This solution has one project right now. Solution also requires a name, guys. Solution also requires a name. A solution also requires a name. Okay, a solution also requires a name. Okay, and the name of the solution will be your project name only. The name of the solution will be your project name only. Actually, guys, you're required to give a name basically here. You're required to give a name for your solution. If you don't give a name for your solution, what happens? Your project name will be taken as the solution name now. You're required to give a name for your solution. No limitation. You're required to give a name for your solution. If you don't give a name for your solution, your project name only will be taken as the name of the solution also here. So for example, guys, watch. I'm going to create a new project. I'm going to create a new project. Okay. Now I selected console application. Click on the next button. When you click on the next button, guys, observe it. It's asking for a project name, location, and below that, it's asking for a solution name. And read the description. A solution is a container for one or more projects in Visual Studio. A solution is a container for one or more projects in Visual Studio. Basically, it's a container, and you will be having the projects inside of it. Are you clear, guys? Basically, what happens, when I create a project, I'm giving my project name as XYZ. But see, the same name is taken in the solution also, see? The same name is taken in the solution also. That's the reason why our OOPS project, basically, the solution name is also OOPS project only there. And now you'll be wondering, yeah, sir, can I change this name? Yeah, you can change, guys. You can change the name. I'm giving a different name, see. If you change the name, it's okay. If you don't change, project name only will be solution name. That is the reason why. If you come back here, our project name, our solution name, both are one and the same. I hope you understood. Okay, now, fine. Next. Say. So how to add a new project under the solution? Very simple, guys. Right click on the solution, select add, new project. The new project window will come now, and you can add a project. Guys, when you're adding a new project, I'll tell you one thing. Our first project is a C# project now. Now, our first project is a C# project. When you're adding a new project, it is not like you require to add a C# project only, guys. You can add a different language project also. You can add a different language project also. It's a C# project. Now I want to add a different project now. I want to add a VB project. I can add, guys. No props. I'm going for a Visual Basic project. I can add. Are you getting my point here? I can add a Visual Basic project. I can add an F# project. So like this, I have a chance to add different language projects. No issues at all. Next. Not only like a different language project, guys, you can also add a different type of project also. Different type of project means I want to add a class library project, a different project template I want to take. I want to add a console application. I want to add a different kind of application. I can add, no props. I want to add a Windows Forms application. I want to add a Windows Form class library. Like this, I can just go for adding you different type of projects here. No props. I'll show you practically. See, we are doing for the first time. We are doing this for the first time. So I'm not going to confuse you right now. But in the next example, I'll show you adding different language projects in the solution. I'll show you. Okay? Guys, watch. Now I'm selecting a console application only, C# only, console application only. But next example, I'll show you changing the languages, changing this, everything I'll show you. Next. Give a name to your project. I'm giving the name as second project. I'm giving the name as second project. Click on the next button. Okay. Click on the create button. A new project is added. See now the solution has two projects. The solution has two projects now. It has more than one project present for you inside the solution now. So multiple projects are present there. Am I clear, guys? Okay. And now in the second project also there is a default class now program. In the second project also there is a default class called as program. We have a class called program. And observe it all of you. And till now, all our classes are present in a namespace called OOPS project now. Till now, all our classes are present in a namespace called OOPS project. From now onwards, their second project, see? No, we cannot merge. We cannot merge projects. Every project is independent. See now, from now onwards, the namespace is second project. Okay. So now here also we have a program class. I want to run this class. Console.readline. Guys, listen carefully. To run this class, if I run this, what is running? Our previous class is running, guys. What is it? Extension methods. We need to set the startup object now. Basically, now we should not set the startup object here. Now it is not about startup object. Okay. Now it is not about startup object. It is not about startup object. Then see, when you have one project with multiple classes, we will be setting startup object. But when we have multiple projects, the first you require to set startup project, guys. Did you understand? Till now you have one project with multiple classes and you're setting startup object. But now you have multiple projects. You require to set the startup project first now. Startup project should be set first. Okay, how to set the startup project? Look at the Solution Explorer, guys. Do you have any difference in the look of the two projects? Do you have any difference in the look of the two projects? No. It's in bold na? It's in bold na? Why are you telling no then? It's in bold. It's in normal case, it's in bold case. Okay? The project which is shown in the bold case is the startup project, guys. Now, if you set the startup object also, that only will run. It won't run the second project. By default, the first project is the startup project. The first project is OOPS project, that is only startup project. Now, I need to make the second project as a startup project. How to make? Guys, watch here. Right click on the second project. You'll find an option. See that? What is that? Set as startup project. Select it now. Now see. Now see, second one is in bold now. Are you clear? Now run code. Now run your code. See now, what is running? I'll just change the code here. Right? Second project in the solution. Guys, watch. Second project is running. Now you'll have a doubt. Don't you require to set the startup object? You require to. From the second class, you require to set the startup object, guys. From the second class in the project, you require to set the startup object now. Did you understand me? See, observe it. Add a new class in the second project here. Add a new class here. Add a class. I'm adding a class with the name called class 1. Added. Okay, I added. See that is in the second project. Now I'm writing static void main console.writeLine second class in second project, second class in second project, and console.readLine. Second class in second project, console.readLine. Guys, observe it. Now when I run this, I'll get the problem now. Multiple entry points. So I require to set the startup object. Where I should set second project property window. Remember, guys, this property window corresponds to which project? OOPS project. See that? oops project.cspr.oj. This is a oops project. Same way, now you require to right click on the second project, select edit project file, and you see now this is oops, this is second project's property file. This is the second project's property file, and here you require to write what? Startup object, what is that? Second project dot class 1. Run the code. I hope you guys are clear. A project won't run at all. Why will you set the startup? Why will you set the order? Project won't run. A class will run. Understood me? And all the classes won't run. The remaining classes, you're required to create the instances under that class and run. You cannot set any start order and run one class, second class. That don't want to run like that. Only one class will run. Inside of it, you will be just going for creating the instances of the other classes to run. That's all. Rahul. Okay. So guys, did you understand how to manage multiple projects? Carefully read this here. Carefully read this. Add a project and do it. Add a project and just check up all the things. Tomorrow, I will tell you like how these projects are organized in the real time. When you want to install the applications on the client systems, how do you install them on the client systems? All those things, what will install in the client systems, all those things I'll tell you. No, I'm not suggesting anything. You concentrate on the HTML videos first. Ali Prasad, concentrate on your HTML videos. Okay? Bye, guys. We'll meet tomorrow.
The recording has stopped.